Hey humans, Batsy here. Today we gonna be taking a look into the Create mod. We gonna start with the basics. I will show you the first steps of Create, its most basic contraptions, and later on we gonna be making an automatic pumpkin and melon farm. So grab some popcorn, and let's dive into it. I have already prepared all the materials we should be needing for today. Had a long mining session off camera, but should be more than enough to build few things. I have already crafted some components, so let's grab them all, and see what we can do with it. The very first thing we gonna need it's anything to generate a rotation. I have crafted a couple water wheels because it felt the easiest one to set up. I'm probably gonna fit it in this corner, so we can have our crafting machines near the barrels. So let's just clear a few blocks, and see how we can place this. Yeah. I'm thinking this height will be enough. Adding two wheels together won't give us more rotational speed, but the reason I'm doing it is because the more you have, the more stress units we gonna be able to handle. Each machine we connect to this it's gonna require a certain amount of stress units to run. But two wheels should be more than enough for the couple machines we have. Now the idea here with the water wheels is to have as much flowing water around it as possible. You want most sides of it to be touching flowing water to achieve its maximum speed. Let's see if I did this right. Okay. That seems to work just fine. I wonder if this should be going faster. Oh right, I was supposed to add this to the corner. Silly me. Now it's perfect. As you can see we have as many sides of the wheel as we can with flowing water. Now it's time we add a couple machines that will help us later on with making the actual contraptions. For starters we need a press, a mill, and a smelting setup. This way we can process everything for bigger contraptions. I'm going to speed up this part while I explain what I'm doing. The first thing we want is to increasing the rotational speed. We going to use a large cog wheel connected to a smaller ones, just like a bike would work. This will make our press work faster. The next thing we want to add is the smelting section. It's really helpful since you don't need to use any fuel. The way it works is by placing lava in front of a fan. You block it with an iron fence, and that makes the fan blow burning air through the fence which will melt anything we put in it. In our case, because of the gearbox, the fan is sucking the air instead of blowing it, so we place it the opposite way. Now all it's missing is to connect this mill. What we need to do is to place a small cog wheel at the same angle as the mill, which means we need to flip the rotation with a gearbox. And here we have it humans. It's all ready to be used whenever we need materials for other contraptions. It's a very simple design. Always make sure to keep in mind the direction of the rotation. You can always use gearboxes to flip it back and forth, but in our case only the fan was sensible to the direction. Now let's start with the pumpkin farm. For this farm we're going to be using a minecart as the base of our contraption. It's the easiest way of getting horizontal movement. And this way we don't need any rotational force to move it. The speed of the minecart will make work all the moving blocks we place in the contraption. All we need to do is use some power rails with redstone, and everything should work fine. To attach the contraption to a minecart, we going to use the cart assembler. It allows us to place blocks, and when powered they will get attached to the cart. To start we need to place the chassis, where we going to connect all the machines and chests into. Now we going to use the slime glue to attach few sawing blades into the chassis. This will cut down the pumpkins whenever they grow. All of the loot will be automatically sent into any chest we attach to this contraption. Keep in mind that the chassis, chests, and other non-functional blocks will phase through blocks, so don't worry about the pumpkin plant itself, or any other walls and blocks you might want to place. It's very important that we make a wrench and adjust the assembler to the lock position. This way the contraption won't twist around regardless of what the minecart is facing. Something I totally forgot to do, and that's why now I'm having to fix some stuff. But in case something goes wrong, or maybe you just want to move it, you can use the wrench to right-click the minecart, and that will save it as an item in your inventory. So now that everything looks ready, and we double-check that it is on lock, we turn on the assembler, and use the wrench to pick it up. All it's left to do is set up the redstone as you normally would, and we have a functional contraption. Now we just need a way to remove the items from the contraption without having to disassemble it every time. For that we going to make use of the portable storage interface. All we need is one inside the contraption, and one outside of it with one block in between them. Then we place a chest underneath, and we connect it with a hopper. This way it will remove the items from the contraption every time they connect. And we have an automated pumpkin and melon farm done with Create. I hope the humans enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed making it. Before the next episode I'm going to fill the rest of this field with more crops to harvest. But this is gonna be all for today. Take care, and until the next one.